Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an author, an addiction recovery coach, life coach, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today show. And you can also see a YouTube version of this on channel Take Your Life Back Today show on YouTube. The last two shows we spoke about the practice of forgiveness and the practice of honesty. Now let's dive into the for you folks to practice these phrases to keep yourself from lying. These last three shows in the last few days as well will help all of us to live as better humans. You probably don't think of yourself as a liar. I know I don't. Overwhelmingly, we consider ourselves to be honest, forthright, and well-meaning. Unfortunately, research begs to differ with what I have to say or what I have lived in my past life. Highly dishonest, ill-intentioned, psychopathic people may make up as much as 4% of the population. 1 in 25 statistics that should give pause to us all. Perhaps more alarmingly, Harvard University suggests an average American lies twice a day. The only good news here is that if you want to call it that, is HBR's conclusion that the Pareto principle applies. The majority of the lies comprising the frighteningly high average are proffered by only 20% of population. In order to avoid depressing ourselves completely, let's assume that the psychopathic 4% are included in the high frequency lying 20%. If that's true, then we exist in a world in which lies surround us, but also one in which the vast majority of those lies arise out of something other than sheer malice. Friends, it's not too hard to imagine that many of them, at least many of the lies that happen at work, stem from a combination of survival pressure and social pressure. After all, both types of pressure pervade almost every workplace. Even the most benign question by someone above you in the hierarchy can be interpreted to have potential implications to your job stability. That's survival pressure. And we should all know by now that behavioral patterns of those around us exert a much stronger pull than we realize. That's social pressure. Think about that. Survival and social pressure may be strong, but they are not infinitely powerful. The best defense against both, as I've said in the past, is a conscious intention to define your own behavior overly. With that in mind, I respectfully offer two phrases you can practice in your bathroom each and every day in front of the mirror, and then employ at work or wherever you might be so you're not tempted to lie, omit, or obfuscate, or otherwise befuddle someone with your answer to a direct question. The first and most important is, I don't know. In my experience across a wide variety of workplaces and other places, many people find this tremendously difficult because it feels like an admission of guilt. When someone a pay grade or 3 above you asks a direct question, survival pressure and social pressure kick in big time. This person holds your meager existence in the palm of their hand and is expecting you to have an answer. You'd better have them right now, correct? Maybe not. Most every leader I've met would prefer, I don't know, but I'll get back to you, in the place of a fabricated lie, otherwise known as a true lie. This, of course, is not your answer often, but you're going to find yourself in a bad shape if you don't answer something near that. But by taking a guess or making something up, you may get yourself in trouble even faster. At best, you'll be forced to run back to your office and create the reality of invented. And at worst, you'll have to figure out what to do when your lie is discovered, because all lies do snowball into bigger lies. Even if saying, I don't know, does questions about your level of competence, concerns over the ability are much easier to allay than concerns over honesty. Get comfortable saying, I don't know, instead of answering right away in the most uncomfortable of situations. It's a skill you'll need to keep your reputation intact over your whole career. Of course, sometimes I don't know is a lie too. Maybe you do know something, but you aren't going to say that you do. Maybe you manage a group of people about to undergo layoffs, but it's too soon to disclose who is staying and who is leaving. Or maybe you know some technical information about one customer that you're not going to be permitted to share with another one. Or this can even apply in your own family. Whatever the specifics are, here's one of more situations in which your temptation to lie can be strong. As the truth, I don't know, is great. As a lie, it's no better than any other falsehood. Yes, you have a list of which family members or staff members might be coming or going. No, you don't want to share it just yet. But if this week you tell them you don't know, and next week it becomes apparent that you did know, what happens to your reputation with the employees? And again, it applies to family. If a family member has a question and you don't know this week, but you suddenly know next week, that becomes a problem. And you might be looked at as not a trusted person, or an employer, matter of fact. This is probably going to benefit, it's not going to benefit you as a person or a career. That's why once you've gotten comfortable with, I don't know, it's time to switch up your bathroom mirror and practice and rehearse the second phrase, I can't say. As you do, prepare yourself physically and mentally to lay the uncomfortable claim to knowledge you aren't going to share. And this applies to your workplace and your family place. Whether you use I don't know or I can't say, be ready for what happens next. Awkward it is. At a minimum, you've just broken the unspoken social norm that conversational questions are to be answered, not avoided. Moreover, you've done so directly and with impunity. The person on the other side of your well-rehearsed statement is at least going to be a bit taken back and may possibly become downright annoyed with you, especially if he or she really wanted the information. My friends, there's only so much you can do about this, but what little is possible must be done immediately. Take control of the conversation and take it somewhere more useful than a debate over whether or not you should know the answer or share it. Follow your I don't know or I can't say quickly and definitely with something that's conversationally useful and actionable. Again, this applies to your home and to your workplace. I don't know which of the production supervisors had the quality issue, but I will find out. What's in our control at the moment is where we're installed a workaround on the suspect equipment to prevent occurrence. At home, you'll say, I don't know the answer about buying you a car, but I will check into it for your children. I can't say whether anyone will be impacted by the layoffs, but what I can share is that no more than 15% of the workplace will be impacted, and that announcement will be made in 2 weeks. Again, you can tell your child about the car. I'll think about it and I'll get back to you in 2 weeks. Phrases like these, what do I do know is, what can I share is, what's more important is, what's in our control at the moment is, what's in your control at the moment is, and what I would do if I were you fit nicely behind I don't know or I can't say. Try to use these in your personal and professional life immediately to redirect conversation in a more useful direction. Friends, will this be easy? Probably not. Will it go smoothly every time? I seriously doubt it. But like it or not, this may be the best among undesirable options. A little white lie or any lie is never desirable. So give it a try the next time you're tempted to stretch, conceal, or otherwise modify the truth at home or at work, because we need to start avoiding any lie at all. Of course, you still have to decide for yourself which response to use, how to use it, and whether you should even listen to me at all. But my advice usually is sound advice. After all, statistically speaking, I'm probably making all sense at this particular juncture. Again, we talked about the practice of forgiveness, the practice of honesty, and now the practice of not lying. Call me at 844-405-HELP. Together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves and always be good to each other. Remember, a simple smile to a total stranger can help that stranger forever, and it can change your life. May God bless each and every one of you today and tomorrow. And remember, God truly loves you. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and have a great day. Take care now, and remember,